Are you someone that's on the edge about buying a house and you're not really decided yet, so you don't have an agent, but you've been going to some open houses on the weekends, looking at the houses and just feeling out the market to see if you actually want to buy a house? Well, I'm assuming during that time, the listing agent, the person who's actually showing the house during the open house period, has come up to you and been like, hey, if you want to write an offer and you don't have an agent already, I would be more than happy to help you write up that offer. And in all respects, they're 100% right. They can help you out. But should you be taking a helping hand from the person that is listing the house for their seller to help you be a buyer? Or should you go get yourself real buyer's representation and an agent that's solely looking out for you? So in real estate, fiduciary duties are super important. And what they are in real estate is, as an agent, you have to keep your client's best interest in mind throughout the whole transaction. And now in your head, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, that makes sense. If I hire an agent, I want them to be looking out solely for me, what's best for me, and walking me through this unknown territory of buying a house, because guess what? People don't do this every day except for agents. But what you have to understand is when an agent gets a listing to sell a house, the first contract that they're going to be signing is with the seller to keep their best interest in mind throughout the transaction. So if you use that agent who is representing the seller to help you write up an offer to purchase, doesn't that seem like conflicting interests there if they already signed paperwork to make sure the seller is their #1 responsibility, yet they're helping you write up an offer? And as a buyer, don't you want representation showing that, hey, this person's actually looking out for what I'm doing and making the right moves and not missing something? Because again, this is unknown territory to people. You don't just buy houses every day. And please do not think that I'm saying if you use a listing agent to actually write up your offer as a buyer, it's not like they're out to get you. They're not just like, ooh, here's someone I can screw over. It's not like that. It's just, again, the order is first the seller, then you. So when push comes to shove, they have to keep the seller's best interest in mind over yours. If you're getting value from this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. So I've even had friends specifically not work with me because it was during a hot real estate market and they were under the impression, hey, if I use a listing agent to help write me up an offer as a buyer, they're gonna kind of be more enticed to accept my offer because, well, guess what? The real estate agent knows if they get to represent both sides of the deal, they get more commission than if they were just gonna represent one side of the deal. So in my friends' heads, they thought, hey, this is a smart way to do it. But just know that that is completely illegal for a real estate agent to be pushing any offer above another one for personal gain, in this case, being able to double end both sides and get more money. But that's what they heard and that's what was in their head was, I'm gonna use listing agents to write up my offers. And guess what? It worked. They got a house. But for you as a buyer who's watching this video, I highly suggest you getting your own representation. Get yourself your own buyer's agent. Because guess what? This way you can actually choose who you're working with. You get to do research, find an agent that is actually suitable for you. And it's like, hey, I can get along with this person, because guess what? It's kind of a long process. You're gonna be doing a lot of communication. You want someone that you actually like. And now that you have your own buyer's representation, that person is going to be keeping your best interest in mind throughout the whole real estate transaction and kind of just, you know, pointing stuff out here and there, and they'll be your point of contact, and they're actually going to learn about you. They're going to learn about your criteria, learn what you can spend, how much you're looking to spend, and they're going to actually like show you the steps of the home buying process where each thing is and kind of walk you through, hey, here, this is what we're going to do. This is when you need to get a pre-approval. This is how putting in an offer works, and all this stuff. Where if you just went with the listing agent, they're going to be like, all right, I just need to know what you're looking to write up an offer for, and we'll get that going. So it's a lot more transactional than if you actually get representation. It becomes more of a relationship. So if you're someone that's looking to buy in Southern New Hampshire and you don't have an agent yet and you think we'd be a good fit, feel free to shoot me a text or leave a comment below, whatever works for you, and I'd be happy to connect, get on a call and see if we actually would be a good fit. Because guess what? I don't like working with people that isn't a good fit for me either, because it's not fun either way. But again, when you choose your own agent, this just gives you so much more freedom as a buyer, because if you actually have some concerns that you want to speak over, you feel comfortable doing it with your buyer's agent because you know it's not going to find its way to the seller's ear, where if there's only one agent representing both sides, you tell your agent something, but they're also the agent of the listing. Well, guess what? They might go tell that the seller what you're kind of concerned about, and then maybe you lose your leverage or all those cases. Because like, Sometimes there's negotiations in real estate, and it's hard for one person to be in charge of two parties and actually have a good negotiation. Where if you have a buyer's agent and you're really trying to get, say, money towards closing, you're really pushing for that as the buyer's agent because you know how important it is to your buyer. Where the selling agent, if they're helping you, they're like, yeah, we'll try it, but guess what? It's also hurting the seller, so are they really gonna push it that hard? Probably not. So if you've heard about using a listing agent to put in your offer because it's gonna be more enticing for them to accept your offer over others because the real estate agent gets to get more money, don't believe it, because even if it is something that could be true, it's completely illegal. So it should not happen at all. Get yourself representation as a buyer and actually feel secure while you're going through the home buying process, because guess what? This is a lot of money that you're spending. So if you got value from this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I'll catch you guys next week.